Boys. So today, ladies and shits, we're gonna go once again for the 1 hour challenge of just play Magic for about an hour. No need to go full memes. So we're playing two mana top end virgin bullshit. Dark Ritual, Chornish, but all this rest of this is bullshit. Okay, boys, let's have a little bit of a wank. Hey, it's Dumpy McDumpy Death Touch AIDS. What a shock. Right, boys? Of course it is. Lance, we're all on the tubes here. So what does it do, actually? Whenever creature you control deals, they get an additional 2. Such AIDS. Such fucking AIDS. Such virgin AIDS, boys. I don't even know why I began to play this fucking stupid AIDS bullshit game. But I did. It was my fault. I should have just kept two mana removal in. You see what I mean? This game is so full of fucking pussies. It's such a shit game. It's so shit for what this should be. Lads. Boys. For what Magic the Gathering should be to us all, the fact that this game is an embarrassment to everybody who ever existed. Lads. Boys. But still, at least we have a wonderful time, right? And by being so honest with you, I'm only going to get medically cleared of depression once Boxy is my friend, or some stupid shit, right? But then if she disappears off the face of the earth, like our girl Yana Azari, no one's gonna even notice enough to care, boys. That's how you know the community is real. That's how you know everybody is the bestest of all friends. So I guess we only need 1 mayonnaise in my 40 mayonnaise deck, right? Should be easy enough. Should be easy enough, Lance. Boys. Should be easy enough, Lance. Right? Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you think, boys? Of course you would. We're all on the tubes here. Anyway, we'll try and fix this Belendros deck from yesterday. Hey, Esper Sentinel straight out the bins. What a shocker, boys. What a shock stain. What a shocking turn of events. It's almost like this game isn't real when it comes to statistics. But at the same time, boys, it could be easy GG. And you can also mix in a little bit of XDs too. So what do you think he's more likely to have 1 mana of? Well, he doesn't have Fatal Push. So we'll play this. Okay, boys. Okay, sweet. Boys. It was okay, sweet the whole time. So you can still have Spell Pierce. I need lands, so I'm going to have to do this. I guess it's up to him whether he wants to fling a land in the bin. Maybe I should have anticipated that and not had it go that way.
Those who cannot beyond the veil of reality are keep an open.
Do a quick check. Ba-da-ba-ba. Nah, everything's fine on the old mics. Everything's fine on the old Mikey bullshits, boys. So I can't draw a card, don't forget. So I might as well make a lead. I mean, I don't really need that. So I didn't have a chance to draw. I don't know what happened. It just all went straight in the bin, like quadruple speed. So I can't deny, boys. Not entirely sure. Oh, he can't make me draw. Maybe. Boys, I think that's what's happening. I think that is what's happening, boys. He can't make me draw. So so they have to go in the bin. Which I don't know about you, is kind of funny meech. I might leave this Narset on the field then. I think I am, boys. Just have him just get completely quacked. I mean, Orcish Bowmasters and Narset is an interesting combination. Isn't it, Lance? Alright, so we just put all the biggest beef on top now. Oh, boys! I am incredibly good at Mageecs. So he can't make me draw because of the Narset. And then he just ditched 10 mayonnaise worth of damage up his own anus. That's more than 10, 12, right? 6, 10, 12. What a game, boys! Slap that up on the tubes. Boys, I mean, it's very rare that we see anything even remotely different when it comes to a streamed game of Magic the Gathering. But I can honestly say I've never seen that before. Absolutely incredible scenes. So he took so much beats as well. 6, another 6. Couldn't get rid of his own thing. And I knew not to kill it, boys, because I'm very smart. Absolutely incredible stuff. Absolutely unbelievable scenes, boys. It was like, imagine there were scenes, and then you mixed them in with some memes, and then you went to the pub for a hog roast. That was the game that we just saw. So it's the last game with Bubs, and then we'll figure out, if we can, how to make this Belendros deck even remotely playable, boys. Dark Ritual. I don't think that's in the Belen deck, which might be helpful, but I hate this card. Of all the cards in all the worlds, boys, it is the most aids. In a 4-player match, it might be fine. You know, because it's not, it literally gives one person effectively 3 turns. And I don't know about you, boys, but that is a bit H. I don't know about any of you dweebs, but that is a little bit of British Azonians or something. Still, Talia sort of slows me down a little bit, doesn't it, boys? But then if he's just creatures, lands, then all I need is blow at you. I mean, son, you know what legendary means? Boys, this guy is some next level genius. Boys, I'm sure he gets all of his brews from Legs VD's anus. I'm sure all them brews are brewed up straight from LSV's balls. You're right. Maybe I did it. I had the mic in the wrong place. I had the right mic in the wrong place, boys. So what does this do? Sacrifice another creature, get 8. So is this better? Is everything back on the old normality, boys? Okay, good. Okay, good, boys. It was my fault the whole time. But also, nothing to do with me. Boys, I mean, I'm just out here cruising and bruising for the memes. So put your thinking pubes on, if you would, boys, into how, indeed, I can crackety matter with a Belendros deck. Rivers Repubes, not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so if he's got a counterspell, obviously, there's going to be a bit of the shit in the ointment. But if he hasn't, boys, then we might be able to slap a game on the 8s. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card, then you may put land from your hand on the field. 3 mana, return target creature controlled to its owner's hand. Okay, boys. We might be able to crackety matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think I just go to play this first. I'm not in any life danger and all the rest. Okay, boys. Okay, sweet. Also, I mean, I can't do a poll because I'm a memer. But we can at least think about whether or not it would be legal, and especially if anybody wants to play me. If anybody wants to play me where I use a black deck, a mono black deck, then we can do the memes, boys. Alright, I think I go River's Rebuke now. I mean, they're all small, but they do pack a slap. You know what I mean? Actually, I don't know. I don't know, boys. He'd have to have one specific card to be able to get me. 2, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to play Bubs. I also didn't realize it would tap me out fully. I don't know where I'm getting taxed twice. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it costs 7, that's why.
I have returned.
Alright, boys, worked out. Worked out for the best. So, can I take 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If its last card is a land and this is a creative, easy. Doesn't even need to be a land. So, I should have played River's Rebuke. But, boys, sometimes a guy just plays every card that he draws, and it's easy Mageecs. It's easy Mageecs, boys. I still don't know if I made a mistake there, because I'm thinking, what's the odds? What's the odds he has one card left, and it's Crater Shits? And what's the odds he's just played his whole hand of creatures into Crater Shits? Again, I would say low. So, these things happen, lads. We just have to edit it out, pretend like it never happened, and then go back to playing mono white aids, where I mulligan into a sweeper and know that I've won the game. Boys, I won the game. Slap it up on the aids, boys. Quick recovery from... what do you call it? Extremely quick recovery from the depression that was about to set in. But we have won this one. We did win this one, Lance. It was a hard slog. We did all the calculations and the renumerations, and in the end, it was GG's XDs. Boys, it was a tough one. I suppose I still need to draw a couple of lands, you know, to like eventually win. But I'm feeling good. Oh, I do need a black land, actually. Okay. Should be quacks now, boys. Should be easy quacks. Or do I need red? Nope, I've got red in hand. So, lads, as usual, Magic is proving to be the most unique game ever created after we actually saw something unique for a change. For a change, boys, it was actually unique for almost a whole second. And then we all died of AIDS. So, I suppose I could hold Meat Hook for this, but I don't want to. Right? Equal to your devotion to white. His devotion to white would be nothing. This also loses indestructible to this, does it? Or am I getting confused with the other one? No, it's the other one, boys. Okay, we are slapping some pubes today, boys. I think we just make some boys. Argument I should leave one back. But who cares? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, lads?
Do you believe, Phil, that he has to get Street Fighter on PlayStation with a new joystick because that's where the competition is?
I mean, Philbo said it, right? So it has to be true. He's always just being honest. And if there's one thing I know about Street Fighter, it's that never mind the exact same game with crossplay on Xbox with the almost exact same joystick, which he only upgraded the buttons on like 4 days ago. Ba boys. Lads. If there's one thing I know about Magic the Gathering, it is certainly, boys, that once you've reached Master, and all the games are going to be quite difficult, the thing you need to do, boys, without question or delay, is to make sure you slap all your mum's tits on the tubes. Right, boys? Right, lads? Like, if I play Magic here and I want to play the same game on my PC, obviously I need a new account so I can start from the bottom. So I can start from the bottom and then eventually say we started from the bottom and now we're here, boys. And we got AIDS or something. He really is just a calamitous human being. But, boys, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Piece of Peace for sure was right when he said he will never play Master Rank again with Blanca because it's just going to be too hard. And if he has to play people of his own skill, he's going to throw a wobbler. And that's what happened. He'd rather spend $580 human dollars on exactly the same setup to play the same game against the same people, but effectively just reset his own rank so that he can play from the bottom. Look at this, boys. Money well spent. Money well spent. It was GG's XDs all around. We knew this guy and his curious cock bulge was definitely worth one mythic spaghetti. And I, once again, ladies and shits, have crack a demeter. Boys, once again, I am brewing up insane levels of sexy pubes. I don't think we need that. Not when there's all those sexy pubes hidden around. Why, boys? Boys, there's all those... Look at all these sexy pubes. They're all hidden. Look at that lad. Look at that lad. The whole reason that this guy got banged on Christmas Eve by Uncle Squeebs. And it can't even do anything. Absolutely beautiful levels of Magic the Quackening. Beautiful levels, boys. I know none of you ever thought we would see the day where the levels of quacks were not this quackage. But boys, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Who knew that the second I saw this and this, I knew I would easily win the game? Boys, you just got to look out for those 1 in 100 chances of getting crater hoofed after someone flings 18 lands on the field. As long as you avoid that and then edit it out of the tubes, then everything is Rosie O'Donnell's ass. So for those of you on Twitch yesterday, you will have seen that this deck really wasn't doing the memes. Really, it was the classic. It's not put it straight in the bin. It's like another version of Huatli. It's just worse. It's just worse than a regular deck with a Vraska in. So what was the card? Ritual. Okay. I mean, I don't like playing it, but it is very good, boys. So it was one of those decks that just didn't make much sense. You know, you would draw the same cards all the time. It was like I never had this. It was odd. It was one of those things that make Arena seems really fake. Like, I ended up having to put this in, which is completely counterintuitive to the desire to pay 10 life. The best thing about this whole thing was that it spawns a pest every turn. That was the only thing that made this even remotely interesting. But, boys, we will do what we can. So, Ritual, Feed the Shits. I mean, these are all indispensable cards, I would guess. I think we can go for all the 2 mana blaps, though. Nah, not this one. This always embarrasses me when you can't kill a grizzly boy. Go for the shit. Yeah, that should have been in from the start. I think Doomblade's a bit risky. You just never want a dead card. Power Word Aids. Yeah, that's another one. Alright. So how am I going to gain the life is the question. I haven't really solved it. I don't know if it should be lifelink creatures. Because, as usual, if you're going to play if you're only going to play 4 creatures, they better do something amazing when they enter the battlefield, or people are just going to murder them straight away. Which is pretty much what happens. Assassins, boys. I always seem to draw this early, where giving them a land is worse than blowing up a permanent. Drawing this on turn 8, I mean, they probably don't care about lands. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature or land card from among them into your hand. I don't know why I'm reading literally every card. It seems weird. But I don't know every card, boys. Which is why we need Rachel Weeks, just to tell me exactly what cards are printed. That's it. Whether she's right or wrong, I mean, that's irrelevant, because I'm just playing my mates. But, boys, she is better than somebody else just reading cards off a list, because she's got tits or something. I don't know. Tear Asunder, I still think that's worth keeping. So we need 3 cuts as it stands, boys. The trick in my head is supposed to be that you get these guys out faster, but that hasn't been the case at all. Because this is already 7. So the real trick would be to have 20, but what do you need 20 for? Lance. Maybe I just don't understand what I'm even trying to do. Maybe that's the problem. Like, there's just so many 6s. look, there's so many 6s, and it doesn't, like, I'll just play them. I'll just play them. I don't know why I think paying 10 was going to allow me to, like, okay, play this, pay 10, play that, pay 10, this. I'll be dead 4 times by that time. I don't know why I thought that was how I could make it work. So, I guess the question is, how can I possibly be on 70 life as though I was a lifelink cats man with green and black? Gain life must be the key words. Whenever a creature you control enters the battlefield, gain 5 life. Is that real? Does that sound real, boys? I would imagine it's a enchantment or artifact. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, gain 20, triple your life total. That's what I'm looking for. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, quadruple your penis. Gift of Paradise. Is that sexier than a replicating ring? There's not very many. There's not very many ramp cards either. I wonder if that's a mistake, boys. Corsa was originally in yesterday, but you only gain 1. Plus, there's only one courser, so it's not like I can double up the triggers. What about this? You get. Oh, I can make food. But food, you have to pay to eat your food, right? Maybe food is the way forward, boys. But you do have to pay, right? I'm certain. Yeah, 2 mana to gain 3. Feels like you're going to go backwards. Each opponent loses 3 life. Create a treasure. You and target opponent each create food. I suppose the key problem, though, is the problem I'm sure that we'll run into 50 times, which is I play this, it gets killed. I'm on 7 life, I can never really use its ability. And then we end up just playing with a shitty deck that goes nowhere. But that's sort of the fun of a game of Mageecs, right? Sort of the fun of it all. Feasty Troll Boy. When it enters a battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, create 3 foods. That's 6 mana as well, though. Tireless Provisioner could make food, you know? I mean, making mana is better than food in almost every instance. Scry 1, draw a card. Sacrifice this, you gain 3. You want to put in the graveyard. I'm going to play that as well. Alright, 106. That's a lot. We're going to have to cut these big lads out. Keep the Titans. Keep the Titans. Drop everything else. Is that what you think, boys? Just, you know, just for the scenes, I guess. So we'll keep the Squanch as well. We'll lose Grizzle shit. That's a land. That's ramp as well. Breach. Breach is kind of fun, but for now we'll get rid of that. Vraska is alright. Primeval can't go. Bootlegger Stash wasn't sexy. Even though in my head, it's like, play this, untap all your lands, and then tap all your lands to create treasures. It's just such a faff around. It's too much, unfortunately, boys. Professor Dildos can sort of gain 2. That gains stuff, that's fine. This makes the colorless mana for the Kozilek in theory. Underrealm Lick gives me the horn, but paying 4 life. You know what? I'm going to take it out. I don't want to pay 4 life, as good as it is. Invoke Despair. I just hate that card. Alright, one more cut. Shoulder is probably fine. Acquisition, possibly okay, boys. Black market. Alright, I think everything is close to being alright. Feed the shits out. I got ways of killing enchantments. Alright, there's 100 cards. I think, boys, I put the utility lands in yesterday, so they should be there. I think, boys, it's still not going to be great. But here's what I would hope would happen. I hope that I have a lot of varied games against different commanders, and we win some and lose some, and we have a fun, positive time where I get $150. That seems fair. Right, boys? Oh, speaking of, I don't know if I gave Des the full thank you for the 5 beans, so I'll do it now. Des, thanks for the 5 beautiful British beans. It goes a long way in keeping me stocked up on whiz. A long way, lads. I need all of that whiz. All of the whiz, boys. Okay. The man's got lifelink, and it can kill this thing. Okay, boys. Okay, sweet. Wall of Blossoms. Okay, that gives me the horn. Oh my lord, I don't have double black. That doesn't give me the horn. Oh, that doesn't make land. That's the problem. That's what I see now, boys. Never mind double black. I don't have 4-mana ace. That would be the problem, wouldn't it, boys? Okay, that's good. It gives me the horn, boys. That is good enough to give your boy Cheeks the horn. I am still going to risk that this is going to be okay. I think maybe it's a mistake, because it's going to have quadruple bullseye on it. Alright, boys. I guess we get one trigger with the beams. And I know you love triggering memes. Come on, son, you're going to attack me, you bitch. Okay, boys, this is the kind of numbers we were looking for. These are the kind of whangadums that are essential to a game of Mageecs.
I leave the Golgari now. Don't you want it gone? Consider it done.
I don't know if that was right. Maybe I should have used it to sacrifice this. Okay, if that's his only play, then obviously we're going to win this game. Oh, he's got 2 mana now, though, boys. He didn't have it. 3 mana? Boys, we're going to really have to have a look on our dicks. Won't we, Lance?
Don't dwell on what's about to happen.
Okay, boys. So if I play Witherdick, he could counter it, I suppose, but do I care? I think you got to kill this. I think that's the end of the story. You got to kill this. Okay, boys. See, these are the kind of games that you know the deck isn't built perfectly when you're not sure what your aim is. What am I aiming for, boys? I got no cards in hand anyway. Even if I was to use this to untap for 100 manas, what would I do? Then blow him up. Boys, that's tricky. That's tricky bullshits. How am I going to get rid of that, lad? Alright, so has the time come to blast everybody? 1, 2... Oh, I could play this and then blow everyone up anyway, because this is a dragon, so we wouldn't get blown up, boys. Isn't that good memes? Everybody on board with that, AIDS? Of course we are. I just fucking said so. He's not going to block, right? Get a sneaky 4 damage in. Easy quench. End turn, that says. Okay, I see what I did wrong. I plussed it and then said eat shit. That's not what I should have said. That's not what should have happened, boys. But this is what should have happened. This has gone perfectly, to some extent. But also, I need 50 land. To some extent, this has gone very well. But I do need Emrakul off the top, or I'm going to call the police. Also, if Vraska had stayed on the field, that would be pretty good. But it was being a bitch. Okay, Lance. Double the man ace.
justified.
Wormy boy. Gotta be something better than this, surely. Surely, boys. I mean, it worked out pretty good at the moment, but if he Rivers rebukes me, I'm losing, I think. Vraska can only kill things 3 mana or less. So it'd have to be big Vraska to blow up the Squanch. Tireless Tracker, that's quite good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's still got 6 mana. 6 mana's the dangerous number. Oracle, boys, she could be getting quacked. Boys, hold your balls. We might be getting lucky, and I might be able to slap this shit game up on my tubes. So those are investigative shits, not ramp. So how much damage can I do? Kill this. Attack with everybody. He blocks here and here. Takes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Not close to dead. Not close to being dead, boys. But I might top deck any Titan. As long as it's not Kozilek. Because Kozilek can't be cast. Then it should be Quacks, boys. It should be Quacks. Hey, even better than Kozilek. Fucking useless aids. Okay, now I've changed my mind. I think I have to draw because it's just so useless.
Alive for alive.
Oh my fucking dad's Christ, it's balls. Fuck my ass. Alright, we gotta stop that happening again. That cannot it just cannot be allowed to happen again, boys. Shh. So I would expect to die next turn. Some kind of ultimatum. Yeah. Some either ultimatum, Rivers Rebuke. Some silly gibberish, boys. So, Hostage Taker. That's also a fly in the old dick. He can steal 2 of my boys. 1, 2, mismatch lands. Virgin after all this. And, well, he was a virgin a long time ago, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Okay, boys. We can still win. I mean, I wouldn't have chosen that, but I suppose you can't block a flyer, so I suppose it's fine. Lance. So, what do I actually need in this deck? I can't play any more games where my hand is empty and my opponent has 500 cards. And you might say, yeah, but he got lucky and drew a Squanch. Maybe that's true. But I guess we'll have to squeeze our balls. So, Kozilek can't be con. Ulamog is pretty okay. I can ultimate this, but what will it do? Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. You see? Boys. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just ain't good enough. I can't plus it, right? It's just crazy bollocks. So let's think. I'm never gonna win if I minus this. I don't think I'll do 1 more damage. Because my dick is literally going to be flapping in the wind. Alright. Boys.
You're not long for this world.
I guess we'll just have to see how everybody ends up dead of AIDS. Okay, boys. I still think that was wrong. Because I could cast anything, but there's a 71-to-1 chance that I could just top deck something shit. And then Vraska's ultimate would never work. Isn't that right, Lance? Also, I never realized how difficult Kozilek would still eventually be to cast. Because if I top deck Kozilek, you would be like, perfect, but it can't be cast, boys, because I haven't drawn any of my 25 colorless lands or any other gibberish. Okay, God Eternal Ronus makes everybody enormous hornies, but nobody's got trample. So we might be able to quack it for a turn. Look at this AIDS, though. Why? Why, son? Again, 2 fucking Virgin games in a row. Boys, you see why this deck is it? This deck is just this. It's missing. It's missing just the most obvious non-aids. I shouldn't be in a situation where I've got 500 mana and I'm just slowly watching myself die over 8 turns to nothing. That card is one of the shittest commanders to beat, and I literally just was there with my dick in my hand the whole time. I don't want to play Krayhoof. That's not my shits. Like, I just drew bullshit the whole way. I think if I had... He didn't have any removal the whole match. So if I had left this, I think I would have won. I guess that's my mistake. But look at all these fucking cards for a start. Didn't see it. 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 Nope. 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 Oh, you got a beanstalk, cheeks. Wow. Didn't see that either. All of these fucking didn't see this bitch. Didn't see that or this. This is the thing. This is the precise thing. The precise thing. When you look at the deck and you see 50% of the fucking cards would have got you out of that. And you draw 70 cards of shit. That's when you think, I don't know what I could have done differently. You know? How many cards there would have been superb? 50. 50 cards would have been fine. Instead, boys, I'm ending up with AIDS. Adam Spencer says, maybe the problem is the commander doesn't do much unless you have an awesome card, of which there's only like 1 in 10 chance. I don't know, I feel like there's a much higher chance of finding a good card, right? That's fine. That might have been fine. But this is different, because we know that this guy only has one plan, and it's to be a virgin. So the question is this going to be alright? I think possibly, boys. That's a good draw. That's a good draw. So we'll race into this, and then we'll play casualties. That seems like a good play. Agree, boys. Hey, boys, look at that. Look at all these cards that would have been good in the last game, but were suspiciously absent with AIDS as well. So I need 7 mana, which means how many physical lands do I need? 5. 1, 2, 3. So this would be 3, 4, 5, 6. It should be easy quacks, boys. We should be getting ready for Quackination. So next turn we can do what I said. Right, boys. So Dark Ritual, Bell Ends, pay 10, casualties. Okay, boys. Okay, fucking sweet. Sweet. Boys. Sweeter than shit on an arse. You won't even believe your eyeballs. Until I kill myself to my Phyrexian arena. Hey! Where were all of you cunts earlier? Shit stains. Okay. Boys, can I pay 10? Oh, I can only do it once. Okay, I see now, boys. I see the problem. You can only do it once. I thought you could do it literally as much as you want. Boys, let's get whacked. It'll be fine, though. He can't play this without 2 bonus mana. And then we can just blow everyone up. Then we can just blow everyone up, boys. Or I could just blow everyone up right now for this fucking memes. You can't tell me you don't love classic memes, boys. So, add 1 mana of any colour. Add 1 mana of any colour. Okay, boys. Gonna have to give everybody a good slap. But that is something we enjoy doing, isn't it, lads? So, what's going in the bin? Go for the balls? I think Crux of Fate can go in the bin. Oh, Vraska's Contempt is great against this. Vraska's Contempt is superb, boys. But I don't think he'll even get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to manage. Yeah, this is gonna be fine. Boys, you know what this is gonna be fine means? It's what I just said. So, another mono shit game. The amount of mono shit games I have, you would be surprised to hear it's by far the most popular way to play Magic the Gathering in all of the world. But at the same time, boys, I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Lance? Boys. What were you ever gonna do? Okay, so pay 10, go down to 5. I think that's... yeah, fuck you. Alright. He's on 3 mana. Boys, what am I even worrying about? What am I even worrying about, boys? This is pure Legs VD Wet Dream levels. Hello and welcome to another game where I blow up 15 lands. Today, opponent can't make any plays. He doesn't know judo as well as I do. Did I ever mention I was national level? Okay, sweet. Okay, sweet, boys. We might be able to slap a game up on them tubes. Boys, you ever seen a game go up on them tubes? Boys, you ever seen a man crackety matcher with his own bare hands? Of course you have. I'm on the tubes. Ah, boys, it's almost like he fooled me. But I was actually the best in the world the whole time. So Emrakul is castable, but what for? Is the question. Another one of those games where it's just pointless bollocks. Another one of those games, Lance. Get him, son. Bang. 1 damage. 1 beautiful British beefy damage. Absolutely beautiful Mageecs. So that was the full legs VD. Opponent concedes, but let's carry on for 20 minutes. Game of our dreams. If our opponent doesn't do anything, puts us under no pressure, and I get to cast Bell End 3 times without anything going wrong, then I might be able to crackety measure. But I'm also seeing that I am making way fewer colorless mana than I was expecting. Because no matter what version of Magic we would have been playing up till then, Kozilek wouldn't have been able to be cast. So we might have to have a little bit more of a look. Especially at lands that require you to pay 1 to make a coloured mana. I think that is what I want. Probably uncommon and shits. Okay, boys. Nope. That's already in. Archway bollocks. Nope. Bumhole tunnel. Nope. Tap an untapped legendary creature to venture into the dungeon. Boys. Maybe. Put +1 counter on a dog. Nah. Draw a card. Activate only if you control some beef. Alright. Sacrifice this. Draw a card. Only if you control 5 or more lands. That's not bad. Return target. Whoops. Don't want to play that, I don't think. Yeah, this is the thing I'm talking about. So it costs an extra mana. It costs an extra mana to get a coloured version, but you can also play colourless if that's what you need. Alright, that'll do. So 3 lands need to make way. I guess regular lands. Phyrexian Tower also makes colourless. Bajuka bollocks. I do like that. So Woodland Chasm is always tapped. Just 2 basics. We'll see if that even makes any difference. But there's something wrong in this build. I don't know if it's these cards that I am playing that I shouldn't be playing, or something else. What about those frogs? What about those frogs, boys? You think these are good? At the beginning of each combat, if Gitrog Shits is untapped, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. If they do tap this, then seek a land card. Whenever land enters a battlefield under your control, it perpetually gains sacrifice this land, draw a card. Could be useful if you get flooded. This one doesn't trigger until the next turn over, which is usually why this is shit as a commander. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this unless you sacrifice a land. You may play an additional land. I mean, it's pretty good. It's just gonna die though. This is less likely to be killed, I think. What do you think, boys? Give him a chance instead of what? Vraska was doing a fine job. I still think Sheoldred is okay. Provisioner, I think, is still great. I don't think they're worth it. Only because I look at this and nothing is jumping out at me as being something I don't want to draw except these. Is that enough, though? Just play a land every turn. I'll try it. Not that anybody has encouraged me. You know, it's nice to try stuff. Right, boys? That's why everybody has a subscription to Bloody's OnlyFans. You needed to see what was under that dress with your own eyes before deciding that you are now celibate for the rest of your life. Just whatever. Whatever you see after that, boys, I can only imagine every vag must be a nightmare. And then when you think a great fucking oak cock used to be there in the first place, you wouldn't even switch sides, Lance. You just think, forget the whole thing. Oh man, this is going to be a nightmare. So I need tear asunder one time, otherwise it's all over. This ain't right. Okay, boys, I'm just going to keep it and say this is extremely difficult to beat. Okay, boys. Okay, sweet. It's going to be extremely difficult. Tiago says, Cheeks, did you watch the Community Shield match? I did watch that. I watched it with my human eyes. It was what you would expect from a pre-season opener, pretty much. Yeah, it was just fine. Nothing to get excited about, nothing to pull your pants down about. Okay, boys. I mean, that's not bad, but it seems rubbish. Okay. Keep that. Okay, boys. Is he going to play a Solemn and I'm just going to lose? Okay, that's not very good. Lance. The fact that the commander is the entire deck and I can't do anything about it means I am going to lose. But, you know, we had a wonderful time, boys. We had a wonderful time. So the only way I can win, is Ulamog. If I just randomly Ulamog it, then I can win. But anything else is not going to do shit. We have done zero well, that's a lie. We haven't done zero interactive Mageecs. I killed 2 creatures. But apart from that, nothing has happened. So what could he play? That's not very good. That's sort of fine, I suppose. I suppose what I really want is 8. So you think he's got counterspell? Probably. So that's odd. That's odd. I'm gonna hold this for something else. So some kind of Rivers Rebuke bullshit, obviously, is always going to beat me. But that, boys, is life. So Professor Dildo's An Extinction Event can kill this if it becomes a creature, but his devotion to blue is like 1. Which which ain't that important, is it, Lance?
My people need me.
So if I extinction event odd or even. I don't know, Lance. If he takes another turn, then I'm just out of here. He's having a huge thinks, so it must be something like that. So he just has to hold up a counterspell, I suppose. And I'll die. But we had a wonderful time, boys. What is for dinner? I think I'm having salmon bagels. I think that's what I'll do, Lance. Hey, wasn't these excellent fun time Mageecs draws? Of course they were. I'm on the tubes. One, two, three, four, five, six. So I got 6 British mayonnaise. Lance. I still want to play this. That's okay, boys. It's getting riskies. It's getting risky aids for the lad. Hey, what a load of old shit, boys. Boys, have you ever even begun to believe magic wasn't a load of old aids?
Come on, there's gotta be something useful. Ugh.
Oops, should have got the faceless aids. Never mind. Never mind, boys. So it sort of happened again. I could have played any of those Titans if this thing didn't find me 2 lands and into the north. But, boys, that's what makes Magic extremely sexy. I said this on the Twitch stream. Spawning a 1/1 insect is actually the best thing that this thing does. In the way that I build my shit decks, anyway. 2 damage, boys. Is that going to be enough memes? Is that going to be enough memes? Boys. Is it going to be enough memes to crack open our bubbly cuisines? So, it costs a life to do this. It's not impossible. I might be able to have 5 creatures. Not impossible, but it's just magic, man. It's just fucking magic. What are you gonna do? Ever. What are you ever gonna do? In a game as good as this? Boys, I don't know about any of you fucking dweebs, but I fucking love Mageecs. So I can actually use this, I can actually make thingy-bob. I can actually make this guy. He sees it, boys. He's a memer. He's a memer, lads. So you can tap it down in response, but I gain 2 life for the dead pests, so I'm not going to die. He can tap it down in response, boys. But the dead pests are the key. The dead pests are what makes classic Mageecs. It doesn't enter the field, right? It was already on the field. Yeah, you fucked that up. He's fucking it up, Lance. Lance, he's pulling the fuck-ups. This didn't enter the field, boys. I mean, it's better than nothing. Better than nothing. That is for sure, boys. Okay, boys, slap a bitch on the tubes. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven.
Witherbloom is just as dark and musty as I remember.
Oop, 6 then. Okay, boys. Why? Why does everyone have to give me AIDS all day?
Let's go.
Why do I always end up dying of AIDS, boys? Thassa's Oracle, that usually gives everybody AIDS. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards your library, X your devotion to blue, which is what, like 2? Put one of them on top of your mum and the rest up your dick. Okay, boys. Hey! Boys! Slap your dick on the fucking AIDS!
This is my favorite part. Watch the life essence fade.
Oh, I'll take double Ula Bobs. I'll take double Ula Bobs. Boys, I might be able to slap this shit on the tubes. Boys, if I try really hard, I might have an extended penis. But I guess we'll just have to see. Oh, what? I don't have the mayonnaise. Why not? Cost 2 more to cast. Fucking bitch. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I still got more than enough mana though.
Impeccable study habits.
Unbelievable Mageecs, boys. Finally, I drew a crackety matter lad. The lad was cracking the matter the whole time, but just as I thought, boys, I didn't need this to cast this. Which, again, means something's gone wrong somewhere in my own deck building squeebly bubblers. But still, at least it was sort of interesting. And it was only interesting because I won, obviously. If I had lost, stick that shit straight in the bin. Whatever we talked about, boys, lost to history. That's how exciting Legs is. That whatever he says during a game that he loses is better to be consigned to oblivion than to titillate any of his idiot audience. Unbelievable scenes. Headless Rider. When this or another non-token zombie dies, create a zombie. That's not bad. Right, boys? In a zombies deck, I'm sure it's fine. Unfortunately, tribal aids like that doesn't really work in Historic anymore. So even though it was announced that Khans of Tarkir is coming out, what are you going to do about that? They're going to print 200 commons that go straight in the bin. all we're going to get is fetch lands, which just makes combo aids magic even easier. And we're still going to play 2 mana bollocks. Alright, this should also be very hard. But we're in the zone now, boys. We're in the zone. Going second against Niv Shits is always the best. Going second, boys, is what makes Magic the most fun game in the world. Isn't it, lads? Of course it is. I'm on the tube. So what else can we talk about, boys? Anyone want to see anything? Any other cards or announcements that get you the horn? Final Fantasy. I'm actually going to play this as a lad. He'll have to waste a burn spell on it. Which is fine by me. Final Fantasy, boys. It's coming to Arena. Are you not horny for that, boys? Do you not currently have an extended penis thing? Lads? Is that not what Magic the Gathering is for, lads? Dreaming of Barrett being a white man and Cloud being Polynesian for the memes? I actually don't care. I'd love them to do that, actually, just to see what people think, just to see if they would draw parallels to the previous little bit of anti-squeebly-jeebling, or are we in for some hoibling and joibling, boys? I guess nobody knows. I should have played this first, 100%. Because I don't want this getting countered to a spell pierce. Alright, I guess we got away with it, boys. I guess we managed to dodge a quack. I guess we quacked a dodge, boys. Yes, these are my lands. Is he going to blow one of them up, boys? Is he going to go for one of our blow-ups? Okay, we're getting closer to sexy Ulamogs. I am very good, boys. Definitely should have played a land first. Definitely play your land before you play your primeval bounties, boys. It's to show that you don't care about having aids. That is how good I am at Mageecs. Incredibly powerful cards. Straight in the beautiful British bin. Power 9, easy Mageecs, boys. Power 9 for the scenes. Power shit for me. For the aids, boys. I think I might play this into a counterspell. Only because it's rubbish. Alright, I take it back. It's amazing. It's amazing, and he's my friend, and something else. Go for the balls. Alright, I'm gonna say no. We'll say no, boys. But it's Final Fantasy not truly gonna tweak your baldinos. So it could do 5 damage, it could do 3. I'm gonna just use a card. It's kind of a waste. Kind of a waste to allow the trigger to happen first. But I did it. What are you gonna do, boys? To say assert dominance, isn't that somebody else's catchphrase? And I don't like stealing catchphrases that are already not very original. I was right, boys. I am very good at Mageecs. I am extremely good at Mageecs, boys. So we'll take double green, I think. Okay, Mastermind's acquisition for the big boys. Mastermind's acquisition for the big lads, boys. But I would kill myself to a lightning strike. And I'm not going to lie, I feel like that's extremely likely. So let's not do that. Oh, you're a pussy, Cheeks. You're probably right there. You are probably right, but It would feel such wanks to just die to lightning bolt. Wouldn't it, boys? Not when we're so close to slapping the game on the tubes. What does this do? Look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal instant sorcery from among them, put them into your hand. Okay, the fact he's got power 9 makes that a bit worrying. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can do both of these, depending on how much black mayonnaise I have left over. Well, we'll see, boys. Boys, we'll see. Okay, I need more ways of finding these kind of lads. Agreed, boys. Of course it's agreed. I am on the tubes. Oh, one other thing. One other thing, ladies and shits, that exists in Mageecs. Artifact, creature, and land. I'll blow up this guy for 1 life. Oh well, I fucked it all up. Okay, boys, hold on to your pubes, because we might be able to slap this up on the 8s. Boys, if we squeeze our penises, just the right amount of squeezage, there might be memes to be seen. Nah, probably not. Hey, boy! Whoops! I got so excited. I done the old misclicks, but I think, boys, I think it's going to be fine. Lads, we've got Ulamabobs, and he's got 5 mana. I don't know about you, but I do think that we crackety matter right out of my own anus. Absolutely unbelievable scenes. Absolutely incredible levels of magic, boys. So we banging out Emrakul for the scenes. Does seem that way, boys. Unbelievable stuff. Lads, I didn't even know magic could be this amazing. Incredible, boys. Oh, Vice Admiral Jean. Well, that's what I mean. The fact that you said a phrase that to me in the world of magic is synonymous with somebody else, but you already recognize it as just being standard Mageecs, proves once again how unoriginal everybody is. And that guy's literally called Original Dex. That man is literally called MTG Original Dex. And yet he is like a xylophone of cliched stolen bollocks. Not like me, boys. I am literally one of a kind. One Lord of AIDS. Sayonades. So this might be tricky if this is giving me 3 mana's worth of plaps. Get to go second again for the 7th game in a row. Good stuff, boys. Good stuff. Esper Sentinel on turn 1. Good fake aids. Good fake aids, boys. That's what we like to see. Oh, my goodness. sometimes, Lance, you do have to look at Magic and say, get fucking AIDS. You do have to do that, boys. Someone else says, you can do some more of that wacky, fun QB draft. I could do, boys. If I wanted to die of AIDS. I could do that if I was in the market for dying of AIDS. So I get a free spell, effectively. Vraska kill this? I think so. I mean, it's already done a really good job. It's already done a good job though, boys. So I don't think you play shitbags. I do think you play cultivate. Okay, boys. Okay, sweet. I mean, I don't care about that. So if this deck is just all removal and then this to plus, I do lose, I think. I don't know if I've got what I need to not have that happen. I do think I probably lose to whatever this AIDS is. But boys, that's Mageecs. Well, I mean, I can't target it, but I can draw Ulamabobs. I suppose, lads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will be coming down next turn with no effort or magic, but that's the kind of shit that gives us all the horn, right, boys? That is the kind of shit that gives us all the horn. Alright, so don't forget he can exile either one of these and have a copy of his own. Tear Asunder is pretty nice. But again, nothing can kill this. Bubbly bubs, boys. Bobbity, hobbity bubbities.
Run away. You'll be
So black-white planies.
Tell them how we greet our enemies.
I mean, it's fine, Lance. I actually played more spells than I would have thought. So I suppose, in the end, it was good memes, boys.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Okay, interesting decisions there, boys. I suppose he could just be blowing everyone up.
I will get what I want.
So which of these two bitches do I kill? The Lolth.
Subservience will be rewarded.
Alright, that was kind of a greedy move.
Ambitious minds.
Alright, we'll see if this works. Nope, it didn't work. Never mind, boys. I'm actually going to take this back. I need to draw my way out of this.
Everyone is expendable, except me.
Okay, boys. Hey, lads. I don't actually know what that does. Nah. I'm actually going to take it. Just for later. I might need a hasty... What's it called? Bitch. I might need a hasty worm coil engine. Okay. I guess we weren't interested in having any kind of a good load of AIDS. Nah, it's fine, boys. I didn't go first. Is the big issue there. Always one turn behind. But... boys, that is Mageecs. That is Mageecs. I also thought that thing had haste, but it doesn't. So it wasn't the end of the world. I could have blown it up. I could have blown it up land, but I thought it had haste, so I said, fuck your mum's balls. Alright. Standard Tangled Shits, opening hand for the 5th game in a row. Am I on the draw again, boys? Or am I going first for the first time? Oh my lord, boys. Slap this up on the tubes. I shouldn't have played that as a land, actually. I should have played it as a boy, because I haven't got any good cards otherwise. Have I, boys? That's probably fine. I definitely should have played that as a land. Alright, that's good. That is good, boys. Now all we have to do is like 50 things, and we might be able to beat a guy who has 8. Won't that be excellent stuff? Won't that be beautiful Mageecs, boys? An argument, I should have blown this one up. If he plays another one, then it's just going to be bigger. Alright, that's fucking dog shit.
Never seen water burn.
That's dog shit, boys. I don't know about you, but I fucking love dog shit. I don't know about any of you boys, but dog shit is my middle name. Dr. Dog Shit something. The last name is redacted for legal reasons. Boys, have a look at that for a big beefy bitch. Okay, I am going to play the Primeval Bounty first. And I know a lot of you might be saying, but Cheeks, you could have Primeval Titaned it up in front of the whole audience. And Lance, we'll see if that proves to be a mistake. Currently, I don't think it is a mistake. But you never know how a game might go, boys. So my hand is amazing. I'm just going to go Palaka Worm. Right now this is only 2. So if the Palaka Worm doesn't die, everything's still fine. And if it does die, then we got removal out of his hand. We got Belendros, Great Squanch, Primeval Titan next turn, maybe. Or maybe, boys, I'm just gonna have to delete this game if he plays this and I lose. Right? All of that is 8 plus GG's divided by tits or something. Or something, boys. So what other Final Fantasy creatures stuff we gonna see? You looking forward to playing Barmet the Dragon Summon? You looking forward to playing Odin, the Lord of all slaps? How about Yojimbo, the god of DSP, only works for $150? Who's gonna have the best equipment, boys? Who's gonna have the best of all equipment? Is it gonna be Buster Sword? Is it gonna be Seth Roth's massive dick? Is it gonna be some other old AIDS, boys? That was an odd choice, to fling a man in the bin for no reason. Okay, boys, let's see how we're gonna crack this matter. Alright, so this is as good as it gets. It's just a shame there's no Planeswalker. Not Planeswalker. Eldrazi. But, boys, that is not a bad sequence of shit, is it? West Vale is great. Temple. Haven't actually got colorless lands. So we'll take Phyrexian Tits. Okay, boys, these are the draws that give me the horn. These are the draws of the Starship Enterprise. Lands. Alexander has to be a good artifact creature. Yeah. Holy, that was the holy thing, right? So it'd be mono white, maybe splash blue because it comes out of the sea. Destroy 4 artifacts and 6 lands. What about Tifa though? Is Tifa gonna have massive tits? That's the question all of us 38-year-old players are asking. Is Tifa Lockhart going to be the Tifa we all see in cosplay fandom forums where everybody has got ginormous boobing matrons? Boys. Don't tell me this guy's died. We were so close to a good game of Mageecs, boys. Elwyn Break says it'll probably be a white metal with Final Fantasy X Una as a spirit summoner. Well, every character must be in it somewhere, but there's allegedly only going to be 1 Planeswalker per set from now on. So who's going to get the honor in Final Fantasy, boys? Of all the characters, all the way back to Final Fantasy 1, which most of us probably have never played. Are we going to go Kefka, where, you know, that's what all the snooty slags say. All the snooty boys always say Kefka is the big news. Or are we going to go for the big scenes and just go for the classic Sephiroth? Mono black, 10 mana Planeswalker, +1, destroy target permanent, -11. I don't know what that would even be. What would -11 on a Sephiroth Planeswalker be? Summon Meteor, do 50 damage to everyone, gain indestructible until end of turn, something like that, maybe? I assume Meteor will be a card. That was like the whole gist of Final Fantasy VII. Genova would be interesting, how they make Genova a card. Mono blue Shiva. Yeah, I mean, Shiva would be standard. Ifrit versus Chandra in a fiery wank-off that ends up with them doing the squeebles, boys. So the man did die. But we were very close to having a game of Mageecs. He could have had loads of cards to get out of it. But I guess we'll never know. It also had some insanely shit cards. But I suppose he was going for an army theme. But don't think because armies are weaker than whatever the fucks that man didn't have all the cards, boys. He had £25 to spunk on bullshit. Every wobbler. Not every, but, you know, whatever the fuck. Whatever, lads. Whatever. Shocked, but named Firaga. Sure, Firaga's the 3rd. So that would actually be quite fun. So, Fire does 1 damage. Fira does 2 damage. And Firaga does 3 damage. That would be quite good. Or maybe they go full memes and Fire does 3 damage, Fira does 3 damage to all creatures, and Firaga does 5 damage to each player, each permanent. That would be something, boys. Alright, we're playing mono shits and we get to go first. Boys, I don't know about you, but I've got some tingly balls. I've got some tingly balls, lads. So I suppose the question is, do I use an Infernal Grasp on a mana ramp creature? Or do I just save it for something important? I've answered my own question. We're not doing that. Oh, classic Mageecs. Now it doesn't matter so much, boys, because we are confirmed to be shattering the meta. Confirmed meta shatterage, boys. And I know that makes everybody horny. What spells will be counter spells? Aerith's Lullaby. Some silly bollocks like that, you know. Some silly bullshit. Who was it? Lulu's Tit Distraction. It'd be interesting to see what kind of Boobomatrons Lulu's swinging around. Like, that was literally her thing, was to swing her tits around. How are whiz-bangs and the fucking dweebs that they are gonna incorporate massive Bapalinos into a game of Mageecs? So this is actually going wrong because I'm not gaining any life and these things are gonna drain me for 2 every turn. So I have to think very hard about not dying of AIDS. Very hard, boys. Boys, I might have to definitely watch out that I don't die of AIDS. How am I supposed to gain life? Just play this. Alright, well, we'll see. Doesn't one of the Doctor Who commander cards... Oh, Doctor Who. I guess. I thought it was a sentence. The Doctor who saved Jesus. What does he do, cheeks? But that's not. We're talking about actual Doctor Who. Actual Admiral Hubelbina. Okay, boys. What do I want to do here? Nothing, unfortunately. I am going to die to these things. I might have to casualties one of them. What do I want? What do I want? Do I want, Oh, I gotta fucking casualties this. It's too good otherwise. Oh, okay. We'll tear asunder this. I should have done that first. That was a mistake. We'll tear asunder this. We'll casualties one of these two. We'll blow up all of the boys. And then we'll say GG's. And then we'll add, for spice, a little bit of XD's. Okay, boys? Okay, sweet. So, creature, enchantment, and a land. So, that's dead. We'll get rid of one of these. Which one, though? I think arena is better. DDD. Okay. Okay, boys. So, I might play this. I might play it, but I can't pay the 10 ever. Okay, boys. Okay, sweet. He drew a card that costs 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He drew a card that costs 8 human manes. Boys. I don't know about you, but I'm scared. I should have attacked this turn. I should have attacked. So he's either got Crater Hoof, which is not going to do enough. Or, what else costs 8 mana? That thing from the last game that made me concede in a babyish rage. The 8 mana artifact. I guess we'll just have to see, boys. With our eyes. Vorinclex, the meme machine. But that, boys, is a load of old AIDS. That's a shame that I fucking didn't exile that straight away. Alright. I changed my mind. I think we can cast one of these things. Oh no, not for this. Not because of that. Alright, that's pretty good. Okay, boys. I don't die to a crater hoof. I don't think. He's on so much life that attacking him seems like a waste anyway. Alright, let's see. Settle of Wilds might be good in this deck. That's a good point, actually. Because that way you do ramp, but you get a card out of it as well. Carnage Tyrant, but boys, that guy is a load of old shit. Alright, I am going to have to blow everyone up, though. Because, yeah, he still hasn't shown an 8-mana spell. And Carnage Tyrant and Behemoth can give me a good quacking. Guardian bollocks. Okay, boys. That's a shame. That's a lot of lads who are going to get blown up. Sacrifice a land. I should have paid... I should have tapped one. Okay, boys. So I'm on 10, so I can't pay 10, obviously. Yeah, good maths, Cheeks, you silly bitch. Alright, sorry, son. Sorry, boys. I'll keep it, I guess. Okay, boys. We might as well just give it the old tally-ho. He's got a Root Snare. Root Snare's not one man ace, boys. So he could win. He could win. No, you know what? We got. Yeah. If he makes himself indestructible, okay. He blocked the Gitrog monster, so it must be indestructible. Because, all right, just let it die. Fine. Fine. No blow-ups needed then, boys. No blow-ups needed at all, Lance. Oh, and now I can blow up my arena if that's what I think is needed. But I actually don't think that's what's needed. Boys, I think we're doing fine. Actually, 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 X bollocks. What do you think, lads? We're going to bang out Kozilek for the scenes? Go down to 2? I do think I am legally obligated to be such a memer. A boyish. Absolutely incredible. Oh yeah, Vorinclex was 8. I forgot about that. Whoops. Vorinclex was 8, lads. There's me playing around an invisible card. I am extremely good at Mageecs. I am genuinely... I don't know if the word excited. I'm happy to have 260,000 coins ready for Final Fantasy, but I don't know when it's being released. Hopefully it's released this year. Hopefully it's going to be released this year, boys. Speaking of deals, and by deals, obviously Final Fantasy's not going to be a deal. We're all going to get fucking scammed out of our boots. Also, Whizbang's announced they were going to release fewer sets. And I looked at the amount, and there are so many sets, boys. 2025, you better be lying. There's no way I'm being alive until then. No way, boys. Yeah, I can't imagine not being dead by then. 65% off a Dawn Feather Eagle, boys. It's almost worth buying for a card literally never, ever, ever gonna see play ever, anywhere, ever. Can't even draft it, because this is not a draft set. So, boys, why don't you think 700 gold, or even 140 shits, is a deal? And also, don't get confused by these, because that's memes, boys. Oh, but boys, what about 65% off a mildly wobbly Oracle? Now this is a card that gets played. And it says 420 on the thing, so you can make yourself look like you're properly down with the kids as a 40-year-old father of two, saying, weed, Lance, weed! I know what weed is, because I'm like one of the boys. Ha 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 ha! Next, something will be 69, and I know all about that too, you know, lads. Being 42 years old ain't what it used to be, lads. It's like being 12, watching Voxy scream her flat tits off, and then show her flat tits on Twitter. Won't that make us all happy? Alright, I'm finished. Anybody want a game, lads? Anybody want a game of Mageecs? I can't build it now because it'll just take too long. But somebody, Bushido Trooper, put a mono black Davriel deck in the Discord, and it looks fine, but you know, I always complain about mono games. They're always the worst. Always. I have never played a game against mono that wasn't me looking for blow up all the peeps. And then as soon as I find it, I know I'm going to win. Every game is that, always. But I'll play one of you on the understanding of what's going on. Add Kozilek to the other decks. I don't think it's good. I think it's the worst Titan by miles. We don't even play Ulamog in all the other decks. And I can't risk... I mean, 2 colors is okay for utility lands, I suppose, but all the rest of them just a bit too shit. I think this has a chance to be salvaged. It's going to take so much work and tweaking, and there are so many new cards that have come out since I last used this. Any more new indestructible enchantment gods, boys? Because that's the real schmeeps, is to have the gods. What about this lad? He can even be used, boys, but it's not indestructible. When enters the battlefield, return target enchantment card that isn't a god from your grave to your hand. Transform it only for 3, so that's pretty good. You may cast spells as though they had flash. It's pretty useful. Spells cost 1 less to cast for each card your opponent have drawn this turn. Also useful, but also incredibly faffy. Unbelievable levels of faffage. I must have taken this out either because I was always dead, or I just didn't want to play something I play in almost every deck. But this has come out of a lot of other ones, so it's probably good now. Trickster's Aids, that definitely ain't it. So let's have a look, boys. It's whenever I do this, I'm already aware, like, how both out of date it is and squeebly. We'll play one game just for the sake of it. Kumena's Awakening. Absolute memer. Dove into Acuity, boys. What am I thinking? At least all these classics are in. Get rid of Brazen Bollocks, because it's not on theme. Alright, boys, we can have a game of this. This is the final game, regardless of what happens. If I play against mono white or mono green elves and they dump their hand and smash me, it's still the last game. If my opponent dies in his chair, it's still the last game. Also, this Final Fantasy thing really better not be 2025. Oh my, okay, it's still the last game. The last game is the last game. But it'll be a game that I'm playing. It won't be a game like this AIDS. Okay, boys. Okay, sweet. Okay, shit. That's what the Reddit peeps said. I mean, it will fly by. And if I am in a life position to still be streaming in 2025, then, boys, I will have cracked the meta, and I'll be here forever. I'll be DSP in this bitch. But I just can't see it, boys. Alright, which one is this? Weenies. Alright, so unless I draw blow up all the peeps, boys, I do think we're getting quacked. But we already had a wonderful time. And I play at least 2 sweepers, so we'll see, boys. We'll see, boys. So 2 removalage, but these are just going to be 1/1s. Yeah, see? It's just the same fucking virgin dog shit. At least we got a counterspell, I suppose. But it's... I got to counter this, I think. Unless I draw blow up all the peeps. If I draw blow up all the peeps, boys, then I would say it's a GG's XDs. Boys, if I draw a blow up all of the peeps, I would suggest it's a GG's with a little sprinkling of XDs. So that's a waste. That's a waste of a card, but I'm going to have to find blow your mum's blow tits off. Okay, that's quite good as well. No need to have shot my deck there, I don't think. Oh no, I need black, so it was actually very important, boys. It was actually extremely important, Lance. Hey, that's not a bad draw. But it does mean this guy's going to sneak by your mum's ass. Alright, I'll just give it a slap. Okay, he's not rolling, boys. He does need something. And for every he does need something, I'm getting closer to drawing a Willy on my eyes. Which is good memes, boys. So do I exile this Amara? I think it's an extremely high cost spell when I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, we've missed 3 lands by the look of it, but our hand is very strong. So I guess we shall see, boys. Won't we? Okay, here's the boy. Still easy blocks. Oh, lads, we're gonna crack any mantra now. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, that's such a shame. I have to use white as my removalage. Okay, boys. I might actually get fucked. Depending on this, if this last card is protection from Willies, then I might get a little bit AIDS. I hate Mageecs, boys. Have I ever mentioned that? It's the fucking fakest game in the world. Boys, this game is literally the game of all games. All I need is a white land, and I would say we're looking finer than Rosie O'Donnell with a cleavage on some hot dog tits. But if I don't draw a white land, boys... Boys... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 mana for the lad. The lad has 10 human mayonnaise, boys. Double the mana. Lads, this game is so fake, I might stab myself in the dick. Whenever you draw a card, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. That's not very important. Alright, I mean, I'm gonna fucking lose to this dog shit. Lads, I'm literally gonna lose to 500 missed lands of a certain color. Okay. Boys, hold your mum's penis extremely tightly. So what do they get? +1 and have double strike. He has got 9. Alright, boys. Everything's gonna be Rosie O'Donnell's quacks. Okay, boys. You're right, it probably doesn't have 42 lands. This was before we adopted the teachings of Samuel Black. Before that, we were listening to OnlyFans whores, who I thought were the zenith of magic skill, boy. But in the end, they were just massive booby boys. But Lance, in the end, it will be GG's XDs. In the end, GG's XDs will be served, lads. Maybe. He could have protection from shit, and then I'll be dead. He's got fucking 52 life by attacking with a 2/2. 50 turns. Boys, good stuff. I was incredibly good at Magic the Gathering. Boys, sometimes you do have to say GG's XDs. What other Final Fantasy bitches have the top quack baps, though? What other bitches have the top quack baps, lads? Alright. Okay, we'll just blow up these bitches as well. Okay, boys. Everybody gets a blow-ups. I suppose I could play Sigil first, right? He's not going to have that much. Oh, but then Legion's Landing will flip. I'm not too sold on that AIDS, boys. Must be said. Okay, boys. What a shit game. Never seen it. I mean, some games are just awful. And we have seen quite a few shit games tonight. But that's Mageecs, boys. You can't tell me you would exchange a shit game knowing it might not be shit. and losing out all of our talk about Lulu swinging Final Fantasy X baps? Would you? Of course you wouldn't. This is the truly greatest Magic the Gathering production in all of the known universe. That wizard with just blackness for a face, with the iconic straw. Oh, Vivi. Vivi will be in it. Black blue, I presume. Black blue gnome wizard. Yeah. But he hasn't got the best hits. There are so many characters. I wonder how they're going to crowbar all of them in. Who's going to get the chops? I mean, there are some that just are completely forgettable. Like, who was that cook? Kina or something from Final Fantasy IX, and Freya the rat princess. Get rid of those. Dagger's mum, the green blob. We need one of those. Who else? I'm looking forward to, like, the dragons or enemies, like the one-offs. I can't even think of them, though, because that's how one-off they are. I remember Yggdrasil is in it. The life tree. But that's probably more Norse mythology than Final Fantasy. That pink hair girl from 13 was way too popular. Yeah, Lightning. Lightning Returns. We had 2 or 3 games with that bitch in. They could turn into a car, couldn't they? I never played Final Fantasy 13. They could go full Autobots on everyone's pubes. Look at this sleeve. It's like a swimming pool, boys. With Khan in it. That, how much is that? That's got to be $45 million. That looks unbelievable. How'd I miss that the first time? Lads. £10 only? Look at that, boys. You can't tell me you're not happier paying higher prices so wizards could send boxes of shit to their mates. As long as they keep making stuff like this. Boys. And they've already promised Final Fantasy's coming out. So they're the good guys. Who else? I've played literally almost every Final Fantasy up to the latest ones. Final Fantasy 15, every single character in there was shit. That game was as bland as boiled rice. Just pure bollocks. Every one of those peeps. Every equipment, artifact. I suppose the mechanic can be left in. Boys. And the one who was wearing yellow. If you know who I mean, then you know who I mean, boys. What else? Final Fantasy 12. Oh, Final Fantasy 12 had those, like, stripper rabbits. We gotta get a few of those in, boys. Yana Amari would be risen from the grave to dress up like one of those. The main character was a little kid who's kind of boring. I can't remember anything else about that game. What else do we need? We need a Tombury. A Tonbury with suspend. That is pretty self-explanatory. What's the thing like the floating head with snakes that does bad breath? I can't remember what that's called. But that's in every game as well. The Cactus Man with the 1,000 needles. That's pretty fun. It should be absolutely squeeps. If it's getting me excited about the prospect of buying digital cards, 22 mythics, and there should be a few more by then. And then if I buy even more packs, boys, these will be filled. All we have to do is still play this same old shit for another 2 years, and none of us move on with our lives. And then, boys, we'll be having an absolutely wonderful time. And think, if we are still here in 2 years, the amount of OnlyFans girls will be like a tidal wave over the whole game. Magic will become an 18-year-old only event at FNM because of the amount of people just just spreading their legs on the way in, handing out OnlyFans business cards. And I cannot wait. I saw that they were doing a Fallout one as well. But Fallout is, I don't know, what would you have? The actual bunkers. Everything's a one and done with that kind of thing. And you could say that's the same thing with Final Fantasy, obviously, because they don't carry on apart from the summons and, you know, some other shit. But I don't know. It just, I mean, those games are by design kind of grindy and boring, as I can see it. I mean, there's no way that it transfers over. Fallout is grindy and boring, so Draft will be shit. It won't work that way. But it seems like an odd IP to me. Like, what would you have? The Brotherhood of Steel suit? Where you collect all 5 pieces? That sounds very Exodia to me, boys. I can't imagine that. The ghouls? They'd have to rework it because that's all kind of racist, right? Ghouls get treated like shit. And we can't have that in 2019. We're already having a Wild West world where everybody gets along, and the Native Americans and the cowboys, they invite each other for Thanksgiving lunch all the time, and nobody gives them blankets filled with smallpox. Nobody massacres each other and scalps them for the memes. They just went, hello, we're the Pilgrims, and the other teams were like, hey, this is our land. And they went, can we share? We're with Whizbangs. And they went, absolutely. And that was the end of the story. But then the Pilgrims also said at the end, you won't actually be employees, you'll be like liaison boys. So you won't get any benefits or shit, and our head office will be 100% classic whiteys. But just know that we love you, because we'll give you a 50p free view card, and we'll say GG's XDs. And everybody lived happily ever after. GG's XDs, boys. Alright, I'll see everybody later. Until next time, lads, enjoy your balls.